Attention passionate Seattle Seahawks fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC West and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Seattle Seahawks' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Seattle Seahawks fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Seattle SEAHAWKS fans. Let's get to the news all right, folks. Let's dive into what might be one of the most explosive rumors of the offseason so far, especially for us Seahawks fans who are always hungry for that next big move to push us closer to another Super Bowl appearance. Word on the street is that the Jacksonville Jaguars, currently sitting at a disappointing 4-11 and with a defense that's been giving up around 27 points per game, are looking to shake things up. And the target, none other than Josh Allen, a versatile and explosive edge rusher who could be the piece that propels Seattle's defense into a new era of dominance. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Why would Jacksonville part with a player as talented as Josh Allen? Well, it's a classic case of a team rebuilding and trying to get some capital in return. The Jaguars are pretty clear about their priorities right now. They're focusing on rebuilding their offensive line and wide receiver core, and they're looking to free up cap space, around $24 million, to make some smart moves in the draft and offseason. They're 100% prioritizing youth and draft capital, especially after their recent draft strategy under Doug Peterson, trying to build a young, competitive roster for the future. And let's be honest, losing a disruptive force like Allen could be a setback, but it's also part of the process if they're aiming for a fresh start. But for us Seahawks fans, this is huge. Josh Allen, the guy drafted in 2019, has been nothing short of a game-changer on the edge. Over his career, he's accumulated over 400 tackles and 65 sacks, numbers that instantly catch your eye. And in 2023, he was on fire, racking up 140 pressures with a PFF grade of 87, 0, which is elite. His 2025 stats are just as impressive, with 70 tackles, 12 sacks, and a PFF grade of 90, 3, ranking him among the top edge rushers in the league. He's also a guy who can get to the quarterback consistently with a pressure rate of around 15, 5% and 3 multi-sack games this past season. No serious injuries either, which is a huge plus when you're considering a player to anchor your defense. Think about how this could shake up the Seahawks' pass rush. We already have some talented players, but Allen's addition would be a game changer. Projected to add around 14 sacks to our current total, he could give us that extra push to reach the next level. Right now, our defense has been solid, with 38 sacks so far in 2025, but Allen's arrival could boost our pressure rate by more than 22%. That's huge when you're trying to improve against the pass, especially considering the importance of a fierce pass rush in today's NFL. Just imagine Allen lining up with Uchenna Nwasu, who's already been impressive with 7 sacks this season. The Duke could be unstoppable, creating chaos for opposing quarterbacks and giving our secondary more chances to create turnovers. And let's talk about the impact on our overall defense. With Allen, we could see a reduction in points allowed, from around 23 points per game to closer to 18. That's the kind of difference maker that can turn close games into wins. Plus, his ability to generate hurries and pressures can disrupt even the most prepared offensive lines. It's a perfect fit for the Seahawks' aggressive, attacking style of defense that coach Pete Carroll loves to deploy. With Witherspoon playing at a high level in the secondary, snagging 5 interceptions this season, Allen's pass rush would complement that ball-hawking secondary perfectly, turning our defense into a nightmare for offenses. You've got to consider the bigger picture here. The Seahawks have been building a solid team, and a move like this could catapult us into the ranks of true contenders. The odds for Super Bowl LX have already shifted in our favor, from +1, 200 earlier in the season to around +550 now, and adding a player like Allen could push that even further. If Allen were to join us, he'd be the X-factor in our quest for a deep playoff run, especially considering how he can hunt the quarterback on 3rd down and help us close out games. His presence would elevate our defense, making us not just a good team, but an elite one, capable of taking on the best and beating them. Of course, you've got the typical cap considerations. The Seahawks are currently sitting comfortably with cap space, and adding Allen wouldn't be a crazy stretch. He's estimated to cost around $15 million against the cap, which is manageable for a player of his caliber. Plus, with the potential to reduce points allowed and increase our sack numbers, the investment could pay off big time, especially when you think about the long-term playoff implications. We're talking about building a defense that can dominate for years to come, and Allen fits that mold perfectly. His ability to generate pressure on early downs and his consistent production make him an ideal piece in our puzzle. Now, some of you might be wondering about the Jaguars' perspective. They're in a bit of a rebuild mode, and trading away a disruptive force like Allen could serve as a reset button for their defense. But it's a gamble, because losing a player of his talent might mean a dip in sacks and pressures next season. Especially with Garrett leaving Cleveland in a similar deal, the Jaguars are betting on their draft picks and youth to fill the void. Still, it's risky. Allen is a proven game wrecker, and losing him could set them back in the short term, even if they're trying to build for the future. For us Seahawks fans, though, this rumor is tantalizing. It's exactly the kind of move that could push us over the edge, turning our already solid defense into a true NFC West nightmare. Imagine the possibilities. Allen rushing the quarterback, creating turnovers, and helping our secondary lockdown receivers. It's a defensive renaissance waiting to happen, and if this trade materializes, it could be the spark that ignites our Super Bowl aspirations once again. And let's not forget, the NFC West is no walk in the park. The 49ers are still a powerhouse, and the Rams are always lurking with their own young talent. But if the Seahawks can bolster our pass rush with a player like Josh Allen, we're not just competing, we're dominating. Our offense has been consistent, but defense wins championships, and adding Allen could give us that edge we've been looking for all season long. The NFL is a league of inches, and this move could be the difference between a playoff exit and a Super Bowl celebration. So what do you think, Seahawks fans? Is this the move that takes us to the promised land? Will the Jaguars risk stalling their rebuild for a shot at immediate improvement? The rumors are swirling, the possibilities are endless, and the offseason is just heating up. As always, we'll keep watching, analyzing, and bringing you the latest updates. But one thing, as for sure, if this trade goes down, it'll be one of the most exciting stories of the NFL offseason, and it could redefine the NFC West for years to come. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Seattle Seahawks news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. So Seahawks fans, buckle up. The offseason is just getting started, and there's plenty of chatter about moves that could reshape our team's future. If we manage to land Josh Allen, it won't just be a splash, it'll be a statement. A declaration that the Seahawks are back in the title hunt, ready to take on the NFC West and the rest of the league. We've got a talented roster, a passionate fan base, and now possibly the missing piece to make our Super Bowl dreams come true once again. Keep your eyes peeled, stay loud, and let's get ready for what could be the most exciting chapter in Seahawks history. Remember, in the end, it's all about winning, and with this kind of move, the Seahawks could be on the verge of something truly special. Stay tuned, and as always, go Hawks.